Hey guys, welcome back to Builds by Maz. In this video, I'll show you two different ways to install a baby gate. First with screws, and then we'll look at a pressure mounted option. But in both cases, you'll have a secure gate that auto closes behind you. Let's get started. I'm going to be using these Cumbor baby gates, and we're going to start with a wall mounted option that requires screws. You should always use this version if possible. It's much safer, especially at the top of stairs. Be sure to also measure your opening because these gates come in a few different sizes. We've had these for a few months and I've been really happy with them. I put a link down below in the video description if you want the same style. But anyways, to get started, you can remove all these zip ties and everything else attached to the gates. We'll start by working on this little bar here, which is what the gate locks against. You can see there are these safety labels on both sides, which I'm sure they're required to add, but my biggest problem with them is they're impossible to remove. This is my one real complaint with these gates, and I wish they would make these with easily removable stickers. Of course, you can leave them on if you want, but they're kind of an eyesore, so if you want to remove them like me, what I found was easiest is to use a heat gun for a while, and then scrape them off with a chisel or other tool. After that, there was still a bunch of sticker residue stuck to the metal, so I went back with some Goo Gone and a rag and wiped it clean. Now that we have the sticker totally removed and the metal is nice and clean, we get to flip it over and do it all again. It's a real pain, but once all that's done, we can move on to installation. The gate comes with this drill template, which will line up against the wall or against your stair post, depending on your home's layout. With the bottom touching the floor, stretch it all the way out and place a piece of tape along the top to secure it. I then recommend using a level to make sure the template is perfectly vertical before securing the bottom with more tape. You can see there are 5 spots labeled where we're going to use a screw, and we're going to begin by pre-drilling a pilot hole into each of these locations. With all the pilot holes made, you can remove the template. The gate comes with 2 sets of screws. The one on the right is for drilling into stair posts, and the left is for wall installation. So we're going to use this one here. Line up the top hole on the gate with your top pilot hole, and secure it with a screw. Then do the same thing with the very bottom hole. The gate will now remain in place while you insert the 3 middle screws. I drill them about 90% of the way, and once they're all installed, you can fully tighten them. So with this side done, we'll now install the vertical bar on the other side. It's the same process. You use the template and make sure it's level vertically, then drill your pilot holes. Now when installing this post, make sure the L-shaped end is at the bottom. Once again, we'll start with the top and bottom screws, but just loosely tighten them. You'll notice this side has these oblong channels. That's going to allow it to slide up or down so you can get it to the perfect height to match the gate. Set the gate to the closed position. Then look for these 2 screws, one at the top and bottom of either side, which you'll need to loosen up with the included Allen wrench. This will allow you to extend the gate until it's the correct width. You want to extend it until it's just barely apart from this right hand post. You can then raise or lower the post until it's the same height as the gate. Then, holding the post with one hand, you can fully tighten the screws to lock its position in place. Give it a little test, and if the gate latches properly, you can then add the remaining 3 screws. We can then set the gate in its final position. Again, you want to make sure it's extended until it's basically touching the right post. You want as little of a gap as possible while still being able to open the gate. Then tighten up those 4 bolts with the Allen wrench, and that'll keep the gate at the correct width. To operate the gate, You slide the top latch inward and then lift the gate up. You can then open it in either direction. If you open the gate all the way, it'll stay open, but if it's partially closed, it'll fully close and lock on its own. This makes it convenient when you're just passing through and you don't have to spend time closing the gate behind you. Don't forget to add a gate at the bottom of the stairs as well. Now for this stairway on the left, one side of the gate will need to be attached to the wall. Check if there's a usable stud in that area. If there is, then mark it with a piece of tape. It's much better to attach the gate to a stud than just into the drywall. For the wall installation, we'll use this pack of screws. The screws are longer than the ones we used previously for the post because they need to go through an extra ½ inch of drywall. If you're just installing into the drywall without a stud, you'll need to use the yellow drywall anchors. But besides that, installation is the same. Also, when planning your gate install, make sure it's swinging open in a way that's not blocking your walkway. Alright, now let's look at the pressure mounted option. I got this from my parents' house when we were visiting for just 2 days and it didn't make sense to screw into the wall. Now as I mentioned, this style isn't as safe, so if you can, you want to avoid putting it at the very top of the stairs, and instead try and set it back a little bit, so if it does fail, no one will fall down the stairway. One difference with unboxing this version is there's this red zip tie that you do not want to cut until installation is complete. But everything else you can cut and remove. You'll need to now measure your opening because it will determine how many pieces get added on to each side of the gate. There's a little diagram on the instructions, and because my opening is 39 inches, I'll do this configuration with 2 bars on one side and 1 bar on the other. All these pieces come connected in the packaging, so you just need to separate them out and use the ones that you need. They just slide on to the ends of the gate. There's no other fasteners or anything you need to use. It's pretty simple, just make sure you're pushing them all the way in place. We'll now install these 4 bolts here. The bolts slide on to the ends of the gates, and they're oval shaped instead of circular, so they only can fit in one orientation. So you'll insert these anywhere the gate is pushing against a flat surface. If it'll be pushing against a curved post like this, we need to use this different style of bolt, which can fit around the rounded edges. With all the bolts installed, we can fit the gate into our opening. One difference with this pressure mounted gate is there's this metal bar going along the bottom. This can be a tripping hazard, so it comes with this included ramp if you want to install it underneath. Just slide it under the gate and then push down until the bar fits into the opening. Now we can extend these bolts, which will provide the tension to hold the gate in place by twisting these knobs. You also have the option to use these included pieces when tensioning against the wall. It'll distribute the force more and you have more friction, and it'll also help prevent your wall from getting damaged. Alternate between tightening the 4 bolts so you get even tension along all sides. When you've hand tightened everything as much as you can use the included wrench to further tighten each of the bolts. You want the gap where the gate opens to be the same width as the wrench. You can see I still have a little space here, so I need to tighten the bolts up a little bit more. After a couple more twists, the wrench now barely fits into the gap, so we're in good shape. You can now cut and remove this red zip tie. Be sure to give this gate a good shake test to make sure there's no slippage. But if it holds tight, then you're all done. This gate operates the same as the other one, and it also has the same auto close feature. These gates have done a great job keeping our 1-year-old safe, and I really recommend them to any parents with young children. I hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe for more home improvement projects, and we'll see you next time.